We got a fat ass tuna. Yeah. Let me look at this.
Mm.
It's fucking 84 for a number is fucking insane. AKs for an upgrade is insane. I'm gonna hop on fucking Forge. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can just do a little sum on Forge and I'll hop on some shit. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. That's 67 back. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I got our see your toes.
Mm.
Did
A beautiful
say
hand.
did he just say toes?
So what the fuck?
Oh yeah. A little bit on fucking up. Like this is a whole.
Right, mm,
Yeah, I don't see it, bro. I'm hoping that shit fire. Which one? Like, they were on sale. Yeah, that would be fire. I gotta reinstall fucking, what's it called? What's it called? Fucking Batman. Oh, tomorrow need to come already, bro. Yo, nigga, bro. Yeah, I need to too, but bro, that katana. Rubik's playing gangster. The katana? No, I'm not talking about the auction. I'm talking about the image I sent you. That's the new skins, yeah. Bro, that shit looks so good, bro. Kind of, but the rapier has the what's it called? You know what that shit? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Kind of reminds me of ODM gear. I guess it just, guess it'd be like a fucking saber. Cause there's swords like that. I don't remember what they're called. Now, if you spent like 5K or something, it'll be like, yeah, yeah, you come back in. That shit crazy though. You get banned because you spent mad bread. Come back, bro. But no, they make you pay more bread to come back, and that's just crazy to me. Nah, I don't think they even care, bro. Like, you could just spend bread to come back. I think, yeah, like, oh, I need to take a steak. Fucking farming like the Dover shits right now. Sometimes get more, what they call, one more level. Have one with luck, one with damage. Like, the move is all luck, but it is what it is. And then yeah, like, there gotta be like some poop out armor somewhere, man. They just called me. remember how much banana night uh, Andy said for like the 20K. Yeah. Thank God they're not doing it. Well, if they're adding kills, there might be like some PvP later on. But they'll probably do it in they'll probably do it in like a controlled environment or some shit. Like you gotta not necessarily because because pairing doesn't really do anything. It's whoever gets stunned first. If you get stunned, it's over for you because pairing doesn't stun everything. Getting attacked a lot does. That'd be one more money for you're black, nigga. It was good, right? Oh, see? Come on, yeah. He got some amazing headphones. Honestly, bro, I don't know what's worse, Siege or fucking bro, bro. I've seen niggas do some crazy shit over bro and Siege.
Mm. Oh yeah, there's one here for sure.
Let me take a shit, man. Yeah. So much. That's brand, bro. That's brand. I'm just very upset. I'm so bro, I'm tired as fuck, man. I'm getting hit with the triple supreme special, bro. I'm gonna go take a sip and be back. I'll be back.
Hmm. Mm. He's beatable for sure, but King. Not I dive. No. How the fuck did that happen? Fuck.
What's that? Very.
Oh God. Okay, Jesus Christ. I knew it was nearly dead. Mm-hmm. Fa, fa, fa. What would you like? Mm, what would you like? La. Join your mama now. Oh God, no. The- Oh God. You lie, 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 it was a mama name. Mm. Oh, niggas are bugging for information. Yeah. Yes. Holy shit. What do you lie? Mama now.
Hold on, what is it? Hey, you go up? Oh, yeah. Mm. I'm not gonna do my nigga hair, 'cause I'm up on his hair, bro. I'm getting up to like this about. That's all I'm gonna do. Yeah. Brother, those gonna be money. The other thing is, they said they're gonna up the price now. Did they say the filler items or whatever?
Mm,
The thing is, they don't know how fat I am. I'm for sure.
mhm.
Yeah, they said this, and one of my friends died. You know what they could have done that from?
Hey. This bullshit is
Um,
off. Alright. Oh God. Okay.
buying new matches? I'm not. I haven't been on though. I ain't touched
Oh,
that.
I
So what's
forgot.
it? I ain't touched that at all, bro. That's hard.
Okay.
Trace gone through? I don't know where. Back. How about that big board? Or go buy a egg much right now. Yeah, go take something quick. Took like 7 minutes. Oh, so do you rain lamps? What do you run for like your synth? Same synths or yep, same synths. I run 0.25 faster than A labs. Because I feel like I have to simulate if I'm going faster, if I'm like trying to input like shit faster or turn it faster, I'm able to control this more, you know? Um, true, true. But then your micro shit is a little shaky. So that's why I just try to. Yeah, I'm not used to this training. Just like put it 0.5. I did that for CFs. It took a minute to like yeah, but if it doesn't work in within like 2 3 weeks, then go back to normal same labs. Oh, you go for running before turn. What's up? I'm running this playlist I found on our YouTuber. Yeah, I think it's really good, bro. I went to see how it. Um, a bunch of like real life drills. Okay, strafing. Like strafing and aim out is shit, but like, okay, what's it called? For the target is strafing, you have tracking, micro adjust shit, fucking short flicks, long flick. What's it called? But
I was able. It's like I can see you up the way, right? You could have. Oh, I did. So I woke up. Did not get out of bed. Very good.
Really going on. And the general breakdown, the general dividing lines are you have like Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro and like a lot of the traditional Fox News hosts, Trump himself, they're on one side of the equation. And on the other side is in a loose grouping, because a lot of these people hate each other too. But you have Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, and Candace Owens and some others. And you know, the breakdown is pretty simple, right? It's like the pro-Israel Republicans versus the anti-Israel Republicans. But another way of looking at that is like Nick Fuentes and his type, they're like openly fascist and white nationalists. Nick has said positive things about Hitler. So you have like the pro-Hitler side and you have the pro-Netanyahu side. So it's like, who do you like? Uh, New Hitler or old Hitler? Do you like the old Holocaust or the new Holocaust? Right? Like that's sort of the dividing line. There's some other little things that are in play, but that's the breakdown. That's the gist of it, right? Well, as a direct result of Trump failing, him being at 36%, inflation going up, unemployment going up, all the warmongering he's doing, all the rounding up of innocent people and sending them to concentration camps that he's doing, all the endless corruption that he's doing, the violating the emolument clause on a daily fucking basis. Because of all of that stuff, the entire movement, all the infrastructure surrounding Trumpism is collapsing. It's all falling in on itself. And now everybody's pointing at everybody else and they're fucking pissed off and they're scapegoating and they're playing the blame game. And look, this is what naturally happens with these sorts of movements. We've been a part of movements where this has happened, Bernie 2016 or Bernie 2020. As soon as things go south and it doesn't work out, all of a sudden, everything fractures, it's all fragmented, everybody's at each other's throats, everybody's got a story and a narrative as to who's to blame as to why this thing isn't working. So now Tim Pool steps into the fray here to point out some of the interesting conversations he's having behind the scenes with other conservative commentators and who they're fucking pissed at, who they don't like, who they blame for their problems that they're currently dealing with. So there is so much to break down in this. Let's watch and then we'll get into it.
There's a lot of conversations that are happening behind the scenes with prominent personalities in the independent media space, libertarian, conservative, et cetera. And I spare drawing people into drama. That's why I'm not going to call anybody out. But I've been talking to a lot of people, and I've mentioned this over the past week or so. Everybody knows that views right now in politics are in the gutter.
Okay.
Candace is doing very, very well, though.
Okay, let me just pause to point this out. Tim, this is more on your side. This is more on your side. Our views have come down a little bit recently, to be fair, but basically for the entirety to this point of Trump's second term here, views have been astronomical. They've skyrocketed for us. Why? Because Trump is destroying everything, and they want to look for people who are explaining exactly how he's destroying everything. We give the news and the information and the facts about the policies he's actually doing and the shit he's actually saying. Okay? So, left of center, we're doing just fine, homie. We're doing just fine. So many examples of left of center shows that are doing really well. But here he is. And look, he's sort of telling on the conservative space a little bit here. Why are our views down? Yeah, your views are down because you're all dick riding the fucking idiot who's at a 36% approval rating, and he's warmongering and he's serving the billionaires, and inflation's going up and unemployment's going up and the corruption is out of fucking control and the ICE Gestapo thugs are ruining people's fucking lives. And need I go on? That's why. You have an objectively unpopular and hated figure, and your guy's whole business model is based on saying he's the best man that's ever existed. That's why your views are down. People are over Trump and Trumpism. They're over MAGA. They're over the bullshit. That's why your views are down.
Candace is doing very, very well, though. Right. And I think, look, if you want to get my professional marketing assessment of this, you take a look at some of these prominent personalities, and I don't want to denigrate, so I'm not going to name them, but guys, I'm telling you this right now. Go on YouTube, pull up whatever conservative personalities that you've heard of, look at their view count, and you'll see they've dropped dramatically. You'll also see Candace is doing pretty dang well.
I think that's an allusion to to Ben Shapiro, whose numbers are really low relative to others, even in the conservative space now. He was on top of the world. Now he's like at the bottom of the world. And look, a lot of that also is because of the rise of Nick Fuentes. Mr. Steal your audience if you're a right winger, right? Because he just took all of your arguments to their logical conclusion, and you guys refuse to engage with that point. Is that Ben Shapiro came along and said, yes, fuck the black people, fuck the immigrants, fuck the gays, fuck the trans people, fuck the Muslims. And then Nick Fuentes comes along and goes, yeah, that's right. And also fuck the Jews. And then Shapiro and them go, oh, how dare you? How dare you what? You hate every other group. Like, right? Like, what? Why is it so insane to go one step further as Fuentes does? Anyway, that's why I think he's referring to there is Ben Shapiro and Shapiro.
You've heard of their view count, and you'll see you'll see Candace is doing pretty dang well. The conversation behind the scenes, everyone knows why. It's exactly as you've described.
She's more entertaining than you. She also hopped off of Trump's nuts earlier than you guys did, right? She's allowed herself at least some criticism of him. And he's also a little more conspiratorial and a little more involved in the entertainment side too. Like she doesn't just do politics anymore.
Yeah. Yes. Mhm.
Anymore. There's also entertainment. There's also a heavy dose of conspiracy theories now, right? So I don't know. Maybe she's just more entertaining than you guys overall, and different in some ways. That's not to say she's good. She's of course a total fucking charlatan hack. But like Tim Pool himself is a charlatan hack, so I don't give a fuck if he's complaining about other charlatan hacks. Like you're just as bad, if not worse, than she is. So what do I supposed to feel bad for you that she's better at this than you are?
If people always need the next level, we've talked about this in the past about how they call Trump Hitler. It starts with saying, Trump is bad, then Trump is racist, then Trump is very racist, then he's the most racist, then he's almost as bad as Hitler, then he's as bad as Hitler, then he's worse. Because if they write the same article,
well, I don't know, when he's murdering innocent people on a regular basis in fishing boats and lying about them and saying they're narco terrorists, yeah, I'm totally fine with saying that's like Hitler. No problem with that whatsoever. Illegally bombing Yemen, illegally bombing Somalia, illegally bombing Iran, threatening regime change in Venezuela, threatening to steal Panama, threatening to steal fucking Greenland. I'm totally fine with you. But he makes it seem like he's actually going to tell on himself here. Listen closely to what he's saying. He's telling on himself.
So they got to give you it's the hit's got to get bigger. You don't feel it anymore. Behind the scenes, everybody is pissed off because they're like, I wish I was as evil as some of these people where I could just lie to get the views. But if you make a video where you're like, Marjorie Taylor Greene resigns. Here are my thoughts. Everyone knows, bro. Everyone knows Marjorie Taylor Greene's resigning. So why are they going to watch you over anybody else? As more people enter the space, and we're at the back end of a political year. This year is ending, and it was a non-political year. Views are going to be in the gutter, revenue is going to be down, and people are going to be feeling it. You got two choices: stay true, dance with the ebb and the flow. Next year's midterms, views will start increasing for political content. I'm sorry, you got three choices. Pivot and try and do non-political stuff, cultural stuff that may be of general interest. I think we've tried doing that quite a bit throughout the past several years, knowing this cycle. So that's why some of our videos, like Solar Storm videos, like 200,000 views. But we've always had those guests on. Your third option: roll with it, baby. France wants to kill me. There's an Israeli in it. The White House knows. I'm fleeing, and then
Here's the problem with him making this argument. You're Tim Pool. You were doing videos saying Trump was going to have a fucking 50-state landslide. Remember that? So his argument of like, hey, there's this inflation thing that goes on where like you got to one up the spicy take from the last time. So it's like lie inflation where you know your titles get more extreme, your thumbnails get more extreme, your arguments get more extreme, and fucking Candace does that. And that's fucked up, bro. We would never do that. You guys have never fucking done that. She's just better at playing the game than you are. That's the bottom line. But the idea that anybody in conservative media is going to go, oh, there's factual inaccuracies over here. Motherfucker, all of your business models
Mhm.
accuracy. And now you get mad because Candace comes along and beats you at your own fucking game and she's getting all the eyeballs. This is just being yelling. That's all it is. Don't get it twisted. These people all say fucked up, dumb shit. They say a lot of shit based on zero evidence whatsoever. But this is just whining and crying and bitching and moaning because my views are down and nobody wants to hear me ride Trump's nuts anymore. That's right. And it's about fucking time that happened. By the way, the other thing is, notice how here's the potential things you can do, is what he's describing. And one of the things is, yeah, let's continue to try to beat Candace now at her own game, and we'll do the lie inflation, and we'll do the spicier take. The fact that you would even float that as a possibility shows how much you guys are fucking liars. Disgusting fucking liars. Because this channel, I've had many ebbs and flows on this channel, and I'm going to have many fucking more. There were times where I was out there in the fucking wilderness and other channels were fucking rocketing past me, right? But they were rocketing past me based on some bullshit. They were rocketing past me based on doing anti-vaccine nonsense, right? So, I looked at that and I said,
Mhm.
it's not even a consideration for me to now not tell the truth anymore, for me to start lying, for me to start riding whatever the fucking narrative wave is that's popular today on the internet. What, I'm supposed to pretend like RFK Jr. is the real deal or some shit in order to get some more views? No, never in a million fucking years would I stop telling the truth. When I try to chase a fucking trend online, or when I do lie inflation among titles or headlines in order to try to stay relevant. No. Yes, you ride the ebbs and flows, you tell the truth, and let the fucking chips fall where they may. And you just have hope and faith that in the long run, the truth will win out. And in our case, it fucking did, because we warned you that Trump is fucking Satan, and then he gets in there and governs like fucking Satan, and people go, holy shit, this guy's Satan. Who's been saying he's Satan? Oh, you have. Boom, then my numbers go back. So, but just the fact that they floated the idea of like, maybe we can try to lie more, try to be more spicy, go over the top. Just the fact that you even discussed maybe that's an option, that's on the table, shows how dishonest all of you are. You're all dishonest, and you're all just fucking jealous of Candace for now she's getting the eyeball. Now she's the Chinese new troll. But the funny thing is, yeah, Candace getting a lot of views and stuff like that too. But it's also that this sort of like dumbass MAGA conservatism that Tim represents and many others represent, there's been an evolution of it now. Like the Ben Shapiro faux intellectual MAGAism, that's just not popular anymore. That's been replaced by outright white nationalism and Nazism shit, like Fuentes stuff, and it's being replaced by low IQ Asmongoldism. It's like either you want the arguments taken to their logical conclusion, that's Nick Fuentes, right? Critical of Trump now, by the way, too. Like, no, I'm more right wing than Trump, and he's a bitch and a sellout and a liberal and a lefty, right? Either you go that direction, or you go with the super low IQ. Hey, Trump bumps another vote. That's at the goal, right? All you other guys in this weird middle zone, you've just been replaced in the marketplace for conservative commentary. People have just moved on, and hey, this is what happens when you hitch your wagon to a fucking fat war criminal pedophile idiot. That's kind of what happens. And so you made your bed and now you're going to fucking sleep in it. You could have tried this crazy thing from the beginning called telling the truth no matter what. No matter who it pisses off. No matter, whose skin it gets under. No matter who will come to your cause. You could have just told the truth from the beginning, but no, it's always like fucking, they're always like plotting some shit out. How about don't plot shit out? You just tell the truth at all times. But no, that's, they never would have been able to ride that trunk wave from the beginning if they always told the truth. Because they would have had to tell you he's full of shit from day one, which he didn't want to do. He wanted to hop on that bandwagon and get those views, baby, when it was hot. When it was hot for everybody to be pro-Trump. Now he ruins the country and he's at 36%. All of a sudden, oh my God, look, it turns out it wasn't a great career move to hop on board with a Charlotte.
That's not good. Yeah, that sounds like.
You're right.
So you busted about those things.
The White House said on Monday that the U.S. military conducted 2 alleged strikes on an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean, deepening questions about Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's role in an operation that led to the killing of 2 survivors. Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley, the head of Special Operations Command, was acting legally under authority to use lethal force granted by Hegseth in conducting the attacks on the boat. President Trump, for his part, actually did say on Sunday that he did not want a second strike. In other words, he was fine with the original strike on the boat, but if there was somebody who's floating around in the water on the wreckage, no, you're not supposed to fire a Hellfire missile at that person and blow them apart. Here's President Trump on Sunday.
And Pete said he did not want them. He didn't even know what people were talking about. So we'll look into it. But no, I wouldn't have wanted that. Not a second strike. First strike was very lethal. It was fine. And if there were 2 people around, but Pete said that didn't happen.
Does that make
I have great confidence that the second strike. I don't know. I can find out about it, but Pete said he did not order the death of those 2 men.
Okay, so President Trump says that Pete Hegseth did not order the death of the people in the water. And this is the real question here, is whether the second strike was authorized by Pete Hegseth, knowing that people were actually in the water and drowning, or that they were clinging to life, and basically they were killed while wounded. Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, came out yesterday and read a statement at the White House.
Secretary Hegseth have made it clear that presidentially designated narco-terrorist groups are subject to lethal targeting in accordance with the laws of war. With respect to the strikes in question on September 2nd, Secretary Hegseth authorized Admiral Bradley to conduct these kinetic strikes. Admiral Bradley worked well within his authority and the law, directing the engagement to ensure the boat was destroyed and the threat to the United States of America was eliminated.
Okay, so again, the contention here is actually that there was a general order given to take out the boat, and that maybe Admiral Bradley is the person who actually gave the order to conduct a second strike, if in fact a second strike was conducted. Caroline Leavitt did say that Pete Hegseth did not order that everyone be killed, because again, that would possibly violate war crime statutes.
Did Admiral Bradley order that second strike because there were still survivors after the initial strike?
Again, as I read for you, Admiral Bradley worked well within his authority and the law. He directed the engagement to ensure the boat was destroyed and the threat of narco-terrorists to the United States was completely eliminated.
So was the initial order from Secretary Hegseth, everyone be killed, and did that come from President Trump?
I saw that quoted in a Washington Post story. I would reject that the Secretary of War ever said that. However, the president has made it quite clear that if narco-terrorists, again, are trafficking illegal drugs towards the United States, he has the authority to kill them. And that's what this administration is doing.
Okay, so there actually doesn't seem to be a legal dispute nearly as much as a factual dispute about what actually happened. Secretary Hegseth, for his part, put out a statement, quote, "Let's make one thing crystal clear. Admiral Mitch Bradley is an American hero, a true professional, and has my 100% support. I stand by him and the combat decisions he has made on the September 2nd mission and all other sins. America is fortunate to have such men protecting us. When this Department of War says we have the back of our warriors, we mean it." Did you like this clip? Well, you can get more of these clips on our new YouTube channel, Ben Shapiro Clips. Click the subscribe button down below right now.
This is uh, oh my god. Mm. 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 This is like ridiculous. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. Oh, you fine. Mm. Yeah. 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 Really? Mm. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one. Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. No, I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm not sick.
You sound congested, Tyler. Go back there.
I'm not sick.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I'm literally not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
Hey, back up.
Oh, I'm not sick.
Yes, you are. Back up.
I'm not sick.
Back up.
I'm sick.
You don't say.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick. No, I'm not.
Whole night. I said Hollow Knight. Oh. I'm at a boss right now. I killed a lot. Oh, I haven't spoiled anything. I'm at almost done with the game too. Hmm? Yeah, yeah. Mhm.